My name is Dr. Jamie Fagan, and I'm going to be your instructor for history this semester. You have signed up to take one of two online history courses, either World Civ 2, which is History 1112, or American History 2, which is History 2112. This online course will be run through D2L, so this orientation is designed to show you the highlights of how this course works, what you'll be expected to do, and what you can expect from me. So let's begin by getting into D2L for those of you who've never used our learning management system before. To access D2L, you can go to the Highlands homepage, and then under Student Interests, click on Desire to Learn. That will open up a screen that looks like this, allowing you to log in to your account in D2L. You will use your username and password, and if you don't have that yet, you can look up your username and password at this link. Once you've logged in, you'll get to a screen that looks like this with all of your courses listed here to the right, news items in the middle, and an overall calendar and getting started list here. You will click on the appropriate course for history for this semester. Again, either the World Civ 2 or the American History 2. And I am going to run through the structure of these courses. They are structured essentially the same way, although the content is different. So I will distinguish between the courses when necessary, but overall I'm just going to give you a general sense of how the course works. So at the home page for both courses, you will see several links at the top. You can use this to access your course homepage, the content area, discussions, Dropbox quizzes, and your grades, as well as the chat feature. On the left-hand side, you'll see your calendar. I have updated the calendar with all of the due dates for this semester, so you can follow along with that. With the exception of the midterm and final, all assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. on the date listed in your calendar. The midterm and final times are set by the testing center, so you'll need to sign up for those as soon as possible so that you can know exactly when you'll be taking your midterm and final. In the middle of the screen, you'll see your news tab. This is where I will update you with information about the course on a regular basis. On the right-hand side, you'll see your content browser. This is the primary part of D2L that you'll be using because it's where you can access the material that you need to complete the course. You'll notice that the course is divided into several modules, beginning with orientation, frequently asked questions, first 2 units midterm, second 2 units final, and then the documentary film project. I'm going to start with the orientation module so that I can run quickly through the logistics of the course. If I click over or switch over to American History 2, you'll see that it's organized the same way, including an orientation module all the way down to your documentary film module. So let's click on the orientation module for both. The first thing that you have in your orientation module is the objectives. The objectives are what you can expect to learn from the course. It begins with learning objectives, and that's the skill set of historians. These are the kinds of analytical and critical thinking skills that you can expect to learn from the material in this course. They're the same for both courses. The learning outcomes, however, are different. The learning outcomes pertain to the content that you'll be learning in the course. For World Civ 2, it begins with the causes and impact of Christian disunity in the 16th century, the Renaissance and Reformation, all the way down to the shifting balance of power in the modern world, primarily the 20th and 21st centuries. In American History 2, the learning outcomes begin with the causes and consequences of industrialization and urbanization in the late 19th century and end with the rise of conservatism in the 1980s and 1990s. Okay, so let's go back to the orientation module. I've also included the textbook information. The textbook that you will need for American History 2 is Give Me Liberty Volume 2, the 3rd edition. Make sure that you get Volume 2 and the Seagull 3rd edition, the one that's pictured right here, because that's the edition that corresponds to the textbook reading and quizzes that you have for this semester. In World Civ 2, your textbook is The Heritage of World Civilizations, Volume 2, the 9th edition. This is by Craig, Graham, and Kagan. I've included the ISBN number as well as several links to places that you can purchase or rent this textbook. You have a How This Course Works infographic. It just shows you the structure of the course. In case you wanted to try to keep it straight. And then we have the grading. This is how your grade will be assigned for this course. It includes 3 different components: graded assignments, the grading scale, and then the due dates. The graded assignments are exactly how you'll be graded in this course. You have the possibility of earning 1,000 points in this course. 400 points come from your midterm and final exam, 200 points each. 200 points come from your documentary history project, 200 from your quizzes, and 200 from your end-of-unit essays. Note that you have 12 quizzes this semester. They're worth 20 points each, but I dropped the lowest 2 quiz grades, so that totals to 200 points. This is a course that works on a total point scale, so in order to earn an A, you need to earn 900 to 1,000 points. To earn a B, 800 to 899, C, 7 to 799, D, 600 to 699, and anything below a 600 is an F. Please note that in history, D is a passing grade. It does count for credit. Finally, I have a chart with the course due dates. I would go ahead and copy those into your personal calendar so that you can keep those straight. Those due dates are in the course calendar on D2L, but I would probably put them in as many places as you can so that you don't forget to turn in an assignment when it's due. For American history, under the grading tab, you'll see the same basic things: same graded assignments, same grading scale, and the same table with due dates. Beyond grading, we have the policies and procedures. This is the fine print of the course. Please be sure to read all of these as you go along, so that you know exactly what you're required to do. Don't skip over it just because it's the fine print. This is important information. Finally, I've included my contact information. There are several ways that you can contact me. You can always contact me through D2L at the email tab. You can contact me through my Highlands email at jfagan@highlands.edu. You can contact me during my office hours, or by phone or text at 678-469-3747. The only thing I request is that you consider the best option for communication given the question that you're asking. If the question you're asking is something that can be answered in a few words, then that's fine for text. If it's something that can be answered in a paragraph or so, then that's a question for email. If, however, it involves a long and complicated answer, it would take several paragraphs to answer, then please give me a call or come into my office hours to ask that question. And then finally, I have included in the orientation module any questions discussion. So if you have any questions remaining after watching this video and reading through these details, then you can post that question here. It's always helpful to ask questions in the group forum, because I can guarantee that if you have a question, someone else has that same question. In fact, I created a frequently asked questions section, and I will update this regularly with questions that students ask, so that we can put all the questions in one place. If you have a question about the course, I would request that you check here first, so that you can see if your question has already been answered before sending an email, text, or giving me a call. All right, so that's the orientation folder and the frequently asked questions folder. The next thing that you actually have is the content material. You'll notice that the content is also organized into units. Unit 1, in the case of World Civ 2, is dedicated to the Atlantic world. Within the Atlantic world, or within Unit 1, you have 3 subunits and then an essay. So if